Here we go, episode 565, No Laugh Track Podcast here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. My name is Justin Severson. Get to host this each and every week. My guest this week was last year for episode 500. Remember that huge party we had here, Adrienne?
That was crazy.
Yes.
I'm still recovering.
Same, I know.
From all the drugs.
Same.
And the hookers.
Thank you for paying for all that, by the way.
Listen,
that was unexpected.
I'm doing really well.
That was, I'll never forget your generosity.
It's your 9/11. You'll never forget.
Oh, in so many ways.
You'll never forget.
So that is Adrienne Iapalucci, who is fifth time here on this podcast.
Fifth time, yeah.
Yes. Yep. You'll get a jacket on your way out.
Please save my jacket for someone that needs it.
Fair enough. So where should we start? I haven't even told you. I was here last night for the show.
You didn't have to tell me. I saw you.
Oh, you did?
You were sitting right there.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was a disguise.
That was you.
Sometimes I always wonder, is that the lights too much? But clearly they're not. You can see people.
Yeah, I saw you. Plus, I also know your laugh.
Are you serious? You could recognize my laugh during the show?
I know you. We partied hard last year. We got intimate.
That's true. You must be revisiting the videos we made.
Yes.
That all makes sense.
That's all I do. I just watch those videos of podcasts.
I knew it. So last time we were here was a little over a year ago, and here we are. Let's see. Last night was amazing, as always.
It was amazing?
Yes, because something happened that didn't happen last time you were here. It was so disappointing to see you last year, and there was no walkouts.
Well,
the show I went to.
Sure. No, there were walkouts, just not during your show last year.
Yeah.
But then my friend said that they didn't actually walk out because they were upset. They had to go because of a babysitting issue. So I don't know if they count.
Are you talking about last night?
Those two ladies, yeah.
There were two sets of two ladies.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay, good.
All evening you kept mentioning just the one, and
I just seen those two ladies.
Almost in the same, one row behind, other side. There were two.
I wish I would have seen that.
Two twos.
That would have made my heart so happy.
You only noticed the first one.
I only noticed the first one.
And I took notes, of course, and it was
on what they walked out on,
and how long it was. And
okay.
You were absolutely correct on stage, which I was very impressed with. 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
How did you?
Well, because I had my time, my timer.
Oh, you do have a timer.
Yeah,
up here.
just so I could see where I'm at, and I
Okay.
did see them walk out. It was like 7:54 or something, but I didn't know when the other ladies left.
Oh well, I could tell you.
I think those ladies were the babysitting ladies, though. But the other ladies, I think, were mine.
Well, for a babysitting emergency, who schedules a
babysitter
babysitter to end halfway through a comedy show?
Who knows? I think that I could take credit for all of them.
I'm definitely want to give you credit for all of those. The second pair it was at 9:01 for the record.
Okay, so not that much. No, that's pretty. They must have been there for like 20, 30 minutes. 20 minutes?
It was.
What got them?
I think it was one you were talking about how you don't like going on the trains. And then you were describing, the joke is something about you made eye contact with the other white person.
Oh,
and then you started listing the other groups.
Oh, and then they got upset.
I think that was it.
What was their ethnicity?
White. Kind of always is, though, right?
It kind of always is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever walked anyone that's not white. That will be a new goal. Was it two women you said, right?
Both, yes.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, R.I.P. Rest in peace, white ladies.
Later on in the show, you have... do I even want to skip to that yet? I thought it was amazing. I felt like after that happened, and it was, you acknowledged it on the stage, the two ladies had left. I felt like each minute that the show went on, the crowd was more and more with you and laughing more.
Maybe.
Do you feel that at all after somebody leaves and gets acknowledged? I really felt like people were like, hey, they left, but I like what she's doing. Now I'm really into it.
Maybe. I don't know. I did feel like they were a very fun crowd. Thursday or Wednesday, it's always my favorite shows.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's when actual fans come out as opposed to Friday and Saturday early show is always the worst show every week anywhere I go.
Yeah.
Because it's always date night. It's people that are just coming out to see comedy, but they don't really know what your comedy is. So when Saturday is always the worst, the early show.
Yeah.
It's always my least, and it's usually the most packed, and it's usually my least favorite show.
You know, isn't that the worst combo?
It is the worst combo. Sometimes I like a crowd that's smaller, especially if they're there for you. If it's like 30, 40 people, that is great.
Yeah.
As opposed to 100 people who are just there by chance.
Have you noticed any, like, I mean, there's the whole white women issue, but like age, there were two bright white-haired folks sitting in the front here that when I see that, I'm like, oh, maybe they're a couple rows back. But
I think they were over there.
But like, they didn't bail.
I think that, like, I don't know what my demographic is yet, but I think it's pretty all over the place.
Okay.
I remember going to Sacramento, and that was like, it looked like the United Nations. It was just like every race, everyone was older, young. It was just such a mix, and I was like, you don't really know what my target would be.
Okay. And I know,
Now, I don't know if those people were here for me. Do you know what I mean? They might have just came to the show and been cool.
I bailed right away, of course, like I normally do as soon as the show's done. Did you go out and talk to people at all, or no?
No.
No. Do you ever do that?
Sometimes. I don't know. I'm not feeling super great, so I'm like,
That's right.
I don't know. I just don't want to like talk to more people and like get more people sick. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I might have AIDS. But no, I think it's just bronchitis. But I don't know. I'm losing my voice too, so I'm trying to like not talk a whole bunch.
Did when you mentioned, well, maybe it's COVID on stage last night, I didn't see anybody like back off or anything. They seemed to be cool with it.
Yeah.
We've all had it already.
Sure.
Bring it.
I don't even think it is COVID. But I think it is just funny that nobody cares anymore. It's kind of just like having a cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I finally had COVID like about a month ago. And
You don't know for sure, though.
I'm not going to test. Who cares now? I didn't test.
I mean, I have a bunch of tests in my apartment, so like I would test just to see, but like, yeah, I wouldn't buy one.
My wife tested positive, and then a week later I felt like shit. So I'm like,
yeah, you probably got it.
This is it. We probably spent enough time close to each other.
Man, so that you went a lot of years without getting it.
Yes, I know. I thought I was like some superhero.
You're not.
No. Mm-mm.
You're just late to the game.
Yeah. Maybe that just means I don't leave my house enough. Maybe that's what it
Yeah, you're not around people.
it clearly is what it means. Oh, I want to go back and just say that when Mike Early, of course, the people who weren't at the show last night or don't know, Mike Early from Woodbury, Minnesota, one of our favorites here, is back doing the feature set this week.
And then he's taping
with
a special.
Not this week.
No.
Oh, when he
in December.
He has his own headlining week in December, correct, Brandon? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's recording. I didn't know that.
He's going to record a special, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I just want to say I heard a bit of a grumbling from one of those groups of women that left.
Mm-hmm.
He was making a joke about homelessness.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard one of them like, brr, brr, brr. I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
They did stay through his set.
Yes, they did. But then it was like, oh,
Sometimes you need the closer to take him out. They're like, let's see what this lady's going to say. She's going to be on our side. I love when people come out to see a woman and they just think I'm a woman that's like going to champion all their needs. And then they're like, oh, this is not for us.
Is that why?
I don't know.
Is that when Mike was leaving stage and you were coming on? He was like, finish them?
Take them out.
Take them out. Oh. I mean, I show up hoping to see that, and you didn't disappoint. So thank you for that.
I'm sure more will happen this weekend.
I know I'm busy. I'm going to be busy the rest of the week. I'm not going to make it.
I'll keep count.
Please. Please do.
I will keep count.
Please do. We got to have
We're up to 4.
Maybe there should be like a little
a number sign.
Like when you're chart somewhere.
Like when you're at the deli.
Yeah,
and they give you that number. Yeah, I mean, that would be cool.
Exactly. Exactly. You just were telling me that you spent 17 straight days on the road?
Well, by the time I go home, it'll be 17
By the
days.
time you
so
go
I was
home.
in Seattle, then I went to Vegas for Skankfest, then I was in Austin, and then I came here, and then I go back home.
Is that normal to be doing that many shows in a row?
I don't think so.
No.
I wasn't doing all shows. I did go see my friend in Seattle that started doing stand-up with me and stopped, and now she has like a nice life. I was like, this is what I could have had.
Are you jealous?
I think so. I mean, I'm happy for her, though. I don't want it. And I feel like jealousy is like when you want something and to not want them to have it.
Okay.
I don't know. I also want to have it. Is that like envy? Is that the nicer one? I don't know. But yeah, she has like a house that overlooks the water. I'm like, this is what I should have quit. I could have been married.
Yeah, I just spent the weekend. We had a guys' weekend up north last weekend, and when I see all the toys everybody else had, I'm like, oh yeah, I spent 15 years in radio and got divorced.
Ugh, what a waste. We've wasted our lives.
Right? I wouldn't change it for the world, but damn, it would be nice to have a pontoon boat.
Yeah, I don't even want a boat. I just want a washer and dryer. Like in New York City, we live like animals. We're absolute animals there. Like we live on top of each other, and nobody has washers and dryers. Like it shouldn't be that hard to have clean clothes.
Do you have to send out your clothes to do that? Do you pay someone to wash your clothes? Is that what you do?
Well, it depends. Sometimes I'll drop it off, or sometimes I'll just wash it myself. It depends. But yeah, like it shouldn't be that hard to like do normal things.
You've lived in. You talk about it on stage. You've lived in the Bronx your whole life, correct?
Yeah.
If is there a fantasy place that you could leave there and move to, that you ever think about, or do you think you'll be
like
there?
I'm a millionaire and I could live wherever. I don't know. I probably would still want to live. I don't know. I love the water, so maybe I'd move somewhere close to the water.
Yeah. Therapeutic.
But if I was going to be in near, listen, I can move to Larchmont. They have a little water there, but it's so expensive.
Okay.
And I don't know. That's like 20 minutes from my house. I'll go there and just like walk around and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When I was leaving here, maybe it was right before, but there was this port strike that was happening on the East Coast. Are you paying attention to current events right now?
No.
There some workers were striking, which was going to put an end to shipping certain things across the country that we need from foreign countries.
Okay.
And because of that, in the last few days, people started panic buying toilet paper again. Have you heard about this?
No.
Yes. Let me just say that last night they announced a temporary. They're putting off the strike. It's not going to happen again until maybe January. They're leaving more time to negotiate, apparently.
Yeah, but that means people just have more time to get toilet paper.
Experts are putting out lists like it's idiots. It's not toilet paper. It's like bananas because 80% come from whatever overseas or something.
We could live without bananas though.
Well, speak for yourself.
I love bananas too, so it's not like I'm not a banana lover, but like we could do without bananas.
We could.
What else are we gonna lose?
Import beer.
I don't even drink. Next. What
were some of the other ones? Some car electronics for cars and stuff like that. Car parts.
I don't know if I need any of that. I don't have an electric car.
You do have an electric car?
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
So
okay, sure. Yeah.
This seems to not affect me at all. What else is there? Is there anything that I care about?
Panic buying toilet paper. Did you buy a bidet during COVID?
No. Where am I going to put it? I don't have room.
Oh,
I guess you could attach it to.
Every toilet has room for a bidet.
I guess my bathroom's so small that I feel like there's not even room on the toilet for it.
Do you have to stand on your toilet to get to the sink? Or?
I have to go like this. Every time I go like that. Maybe I should get a bidet since we're not going to have toilet paper anymore.
I'm telling you. Yes.
Did you my manager at the time told me something funny. I guess they had that gag toilet paper.
Right.
So people were using that during the pandemic also.
With the bad jokes on it and stuff.
Sure, but I guess it's like if you have nothing, that's better than nothing.
Yeah, they used to sell those. Yeah, I remember, when you're a teenager, you hang out at Spencer's Gifts, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I always felt like if you touched that, the print would be then on your fingers.
No, it would be on your asshole.
some bad knock jokes all over your butt
Whatever
crack.
it is. Whatever dumb crap they're doing.
Let's see. So you've done all the major podcasts in the last year. You've done, of course, No Laugh Track, this one.
Yes. Naturally.
Kill Tony.
Yes.
Joe Rogan.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm curious. I couldn't hear from my seat a little bit back last night.
Yeah, that guy said he found out who I was because of Rogan.
It was Rogan.
Yeah. I was surprised because I've only met a couple people out in the wild that have come to my shows from Rogan, but people do come out from it. So
okay, interesting.
It's always interesting I feel like that's a very big male fan base, so it is interesting to see who comes out. I guess that is mostly my fans, though, is men.
The ones who leave happy, at least.
I guess.
So when I listened back to your listened, etc., your episode of Rogan.
Ugh, why?
Because that's what I do. This is
That's
what
why
I
you're not
do.
getting COVID. You're home listening to all these podcasts.
Let me think about that. I think you're onto something there. I didn't know. I don't think we've ever talked about. You originally wanted to be like an SNL type
Yeah.
performer.
Yes.
No kidding. What would you? Did you ever like here's what I would do if I got a chance. Like I would do this.
No, I don't have like characters or anything like that. I don't know. I was just always like the class clown in school, so that's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
So I never like my dream wasn't to do stand up as a kid. Like that was never my dream. And then when I talked about wanting to be on SNL, my mom would be like, "Well, you have to do stand up first." I don't know. I just started doing it. It does like I would like to see what my life looked like if I didn't do this. You know, like if I went like the normal route, I guess. Like I would like to see what my life would be like. I bet I would have gotten married. I bet I would have had kids. It sounds like a nightmare also.
Careful what you ask for.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that would have been worse.
Who was your? Who did you love on SNL? Is there a?
I mean, I liked Will Ferrell. Who else?
Is that something you watch anymore? Now that you're an established stand-up comedian
not
and you're
really.
busy Saturday nights, do you go back and watch SNL?
No, like I watch Shane when he was on, and I'll watch
I'm like, yeah, you must know some of these
Nate
people.
Bargatze when he's on, you know, because those are like guys I started out with, or like not Shane I didn't start out with, but you know, he was in New York for a while and became friends.
Sure.
Yeah, I think those guys are great. I watch it sometimes. I feel like a lot of times the sketches are kind of crappy, so. But you know, there are some fun ones. Like I see Marcello a lot in New York City. He's really funny.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah,
and you know, I'll watch like Weekend Update sometimes. But I'm not watching like a lot of TV anyway. Like everyone's always telling me about like the new shows that are out. I'm still just watching like Sex and the City.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I've been meaning to. I wanted to ask you about. You talk a lot about being an animal lover.
I do love animals. Did
you get a chance to watch Chimp Crazy on
I
HBO?
did.
You did.
So Liz's boyfriend was like the
Liz
editor.
Mealy's boyfriend.
Yes, Liz Mealy. That's one of my like best friends. Her boyfriend was an editor on it, so I did watch it. I didn't watch the last episode, but I did find out what happens.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on people having chimpanzees as pets?
I mean, they shouldn't be pets, you know. But I did feel bad when what was the one that she stole?
Gus, but it wasn't Gus, but it was
We'll
something
call it
like
Gus.
that.
So I did feel like Gus did really love her. I don't know if when he was released back, I don't know how happy he was. But did you watch all of them?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So I think when he was released, he became like friendly with these two chimps that were like his son, right, or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sweet. What did that lady do?
She's all over social media now. I follow her on Instagram.
But what is she? But like, is she like trying to
She has animals still,
but
to
not
this day.
chimps?
Correct.
Yeah, you shouldn't have chimps.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't give them the lifestyle that they need, and like, she had them in like an enclosure. That's not cool.
She has like the little monkey, capuchins. She has the capuchin monkeys now.
White face capuchin. My uncle had one. My mom said they're real mean, because I think what happens is they get to an age where like they hit puberty or whatever, and then they start fucking everything, and then they get angry when they can't. So,
I don't have anything for you to bang. I'm sorry.
I know. I just give it a pillow with a hole. I don't know what you do for it, but yeah, even those things shouldn't probably be animals.
How about?
Why can't you? It's like, why can't you get a fucking dog?
Yeah, they're fun.
Just get a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need something that might kill you?
Dogs are socially accepted. Monkeys are not.
I don't know. Are the little ones, is that accepted? Like, even if you had a monkey and you invited me to your house, like, I wouldn't want to go to anyone's house anyway. But if you said, come see my monkey, I would be less likely to want to go. Because it's just...
that should lead to lots of confusion as well.
After a couple of minutes of seeing this monkey, it's like, this is kind of annoying. It's screaming. I don't want to be... That's how I feel about people's kids, too.
Help me change its diaper. Stay here.
Right. It's just like, not for me.
Yeah. How about in the part of the doc where the Tony, whatever the heck her name is, the crazy chimp lady, is going to court to talk about this stuff, and she's interviewed outside and says that she loves this chimp more than her own children. And she's not saying that for shock value.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
saying that because she's sincerely means it.
I think she means it.
Yeah.
Like, what do I think about her loving that over her kids? Like, it makes sense. I think kids are terrible.
But they were like old enough to understand what she was saying.
That's why she said it. She wants them to know. She wants them to know, I don't love you. I mean, you're just raising other humans that are like may or may not be good people, and there's a chance that like you've wasted a lot of money on them. A good chance. I don't know. I get it. I love my dog. Listen, I know it's not the same, but if someone was like, hey, you could save your dog, you could save someone's child, I'd pick my dog. And I know people are like, well, that's, over a life. It's like, but you value that life more than I value my dog. So if I'm picking what I want, it's my dog over whatever is in your life. I'm tired of like pacifying people because of like why would I care about what you want over what I want?
This is like that. There's been movies based on this, right? Like the type of like, would you save, one person or a million, if or whatever that crap is, right? Yeah.
If it's what you want, what do you want, right? Do you want to save your kids over me? No, it's just the way it is. Yeah. Like, why are we lying to everyone? Do you mean like everyone that comes to shows and it's like you can't really say this stuff, but like you don't care about most of these people. If you're in a movie theater, you're going to try and save your life over all these other people you don't know. And that's just human nature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I want my dog to live over your kid.
How old is this dog? Should we be?
She's young. She's 4.
Oh, then yeah. Then let's protect this.
But even if she was old, I'd probably still pick her. Like, why am I sacrificing my happiness for someone I don't even know? There is no God. It doesn't matter.
I love it.
Maybe there is, and when I get up there, I'll plead my case.
It's what if God is a dog?
Then he would love that I would do that.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing.
I am doing the right.
You're doing the Lord's work.
That's all I need to hear is one person co-sign my bullshit, and I'm in.
You're doing the Lord's work. I want to bring up a post you did. This is not brand new, but it is priceless. All right.
Oh boy.
Yes. Get ready. And it ties in perfectly to what you just brought up. This is Adrienne Iapalucci's, I think this was a tweet or something. I love when people ask for prayers on social media.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think someone is up there counting them, coming in like 5 short? This was supposed to be a routine surgery. Oh, well.
Yeah, that is obnoxious.
It is.
Or when people will like say, my mom's 150th birthday in heaven. And you're like, when do you stop counting? When do you stop counting like the death?
Did we hear about heavenly birthdays before social media? Like, I don't think we did, because now you see them constantly. Yeah.
Well, it's for a way for you to like contribute to like the online bullshit. But yeah, I don't think in the 50s anyone was like my grandmother would be 68 today.
Right.
Announcing it in your lunchroom or something. I don't know. I think it is a social media thing.
Back then, when they were the average life expectancy was like in the 42 or something, right?
Right.
Well, they'd be 70 now. Could you imagine?
Maybe they did talk about that.
Still around. Can you even imagine?
Maybe they did.
Another thing you said on Rogan is that you suffer from road rage.
Yeah.
I want to know what pisses you off. What causes road rage for Adrienne Iapalucci?
That's the nice thing about New York City. Like, if you're having a bad day, there's so many people to unleash it on. Like, there's an endless supply of people to take out your anger in New York City. Like, there's just, everyone's mad. It's just, there's too many people. There's too many people driving. There's too many people everywhere. So, like, it's just easier to be mad and annoyed. Someone's going to cut you off. Someone's going to not let you in. Like, it's so like people that are like, I love driving. It's like, yeah, I like driving too, where you're in a city that's not that popular or populated and there's just not as many cars. That's nice driving. If I drive upstate, it's nice. But like in New York City, it's just, as you get closer to the city, your blood pressure just starts rocketing. Like it's just a feeling. As soon as I go into the boroughs, it's just,
every time.
It's on. It's like going to war.
Oh, my God.
You have to be ready to lose your life at any moment. Like, you just have to cut everyone off. It's just a nightmare. And I've done it for my whole life. I've been commuting into Manhattan for 20 years doing stand-up.
So are you a honk? Are you a middle finger? Are you a brake when somebody's tailgating? Tap the brakes?
Oh, yeah, my dad taught me that. That my dad told me that if you want to come up my ass and like flash your lights, I will let you hit me. I will see you in court. Like I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Or the other thing, when someone wants to try and go on the shoulder to cut you off, you just like go in the shoulder too, so they can't fit.
I've been seeing that more and more often recently. Yeah.
That is a
We're
fuck.
like, where
that
the
is
fuck is
that
this
is
car?
a
I think they're going.
That is a fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a fuck you. I suffer from road rage as well, so I was wondering how close we are.
Is there a lot of traffic here too?
I'm on the road. I like from the club to my home is a 35-minute drive. So
That's nothing.
that's nothing. That's when there's no traffic. When there's a lot of traffic, yeah, it's good and bad. People are a-holes in the city.
Yeah. I could see that. I think
There's intersections. I know that it's guaranteed somebody's going to be walking across like in the middle of the block, and then another 10 feet, there's going to be another person not looking and crossing the street. You just have to be aware.
Yeah, at what point are we going to like be able to hit these people? Like at what point can we hit them when you're going against the law?
I think if Trump wins, that's going to be a law that gets changed.
I mean, if he comes out and says that, I think you'll get a lot of people from the other side.
I give it strong consideration.
I'm not even voting.
I know you said that on stage
I'm not
last
voting.
night.
I don't care.
New York, you would vote in New York, right? Yeah, they don't.
I'd vote.
It's already determined who's going to win there anyway. So.
Yeah, I guess, but I'm still not going to vote. I don't care.
Still not going to vote. What else should we be talking about, Adrienne? You don't do a podcast anymore, do you?
I don't.
No.
No podcast.
Do you miss doing that? Do you miss doing that?
I do miss it sometimes. I mean, I love Sarah Talamash, so I always feel like we had like such a good rapport together. I don't know. Maybe I'll start one again. It just feels like, what's the point?
Yeah.
There's so many podcasts out, and
There are so many. How about so? You mentioned Diddy on stage last night. I know, in the past we often do updates on R. Kelly because of your awesome
Diddy
R.
makes
Kelly
R.
jokes.
Kelly look like such a good person.
You think so?
I mean, I feel like R. Kelly. Listen, he's not a good person. He's, a pedophile, obviously, but I don't feel like he's as evil as R. Kelly, as P. Diddy. Like, R. Kelly was just doing it mostly, I think, for himself. I don't know everything about it, but it seems like P. Diddy's having these parties involving everyone in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems so much more maniacal.
You made a great point on stage last night that my wife has been saying, like, oh my God, now starting to feel like I never liked, well, at least for me, I never liked Justin Bieber, just like you were saying on stage last night.
Yeah, I never liked him either. And now you're just like, wow, this kid has been through a lot. Like, good for him.
Do I need to go buy all of his albums now?
No.
No.
I don't think you do. I mean, you can if you want to. I mean, he does have some catchy songs, but I always was just annoyed by him. And now I'm just like, oof, you've been through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Ay. Freaking, I get home last night and there's rape accusations against Garth Brooks.
I mean, maybe all singers are just rapists. I don't know. I mean, I think, too, it was so much easier to get away with so much stuff. And I think when you're famous, you feel like untouchable. So you're just maybe just doing all, I don't know. I don't know how people live with themselves. It's like.
Have you seen, Pete Rose, the baseball player that just died this week? And, just as I expected, everybody's like, Pete, we got to get him in the hall now that he's dead. Let's get him in the hall. Should have happened when he was alive. People are forgetting that there are stories.
Didn't he do something bad
He's
too?
admitted to having sex with a 16-year-old when he was married with 2 kids. Yeah, he's admitted it. And there are rumors that he was with girls as young as 12.
Gross.
Yes, Pete Rose. Yes.
Was he even that good of a baseball player?
He was an amazingly good baseball player. Yeah.
That's what it is. When you're at the top of your game, you just become a pedophile.
There's a documentary about him on, I think that's on HBO as well, and not as good as Chimp Crazy, not as highly recommended. But I watched it, and it's like it was 4 episodes. Half of them I was done thinking, man, this guy got unfairly treated, and then they get into his personal life. You're like, oh no, he's gross.
He's a scumbag.
He's gross.
12 years old. Like, what is going through your head? I mean,
he defended the 16-year-old by saying, that state, it was legal.
I mean, I think that's what happens if someone says it's legal to be 16. I mean, but that's the thing. It's like I have friends in their 40s that are banging 20-year-olds, and I'm like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I can't see it.
And they're like, she's so mature. I'm like, what is she, like 24? Like, that's still gross.
Yeah.
You just want to bang young girls, but like disgusting. I don't know, why can't you have sex with a 30-year-old? They're still young, they still look good, but it's like 20 years old. You're just so young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys are gross.
Yeah, we get an amen for the back of the room on that one.
Not all, of course, but like, God, man.
As I've mentioned in the past to you, Adrienne, I have 3 daughters, so yeah,
Disgusting.
guys are disgusting.
How old are your kids?
18,
Okay.
16, 5.
Pete Rose would have had sex with all of them. Sorry, that 5 one, that's pretty young, that 5-year-old, but 5 and 12 is not that different.
I want to steal Adam Ray's Dr. Phil and just say, we'll be right back after that one. Oh, my God.
Well, he's dead, Pete Rose.
All right, final thing here. That was so fantastic. You mentioned when you were here a year ago, and I think I've seen some stuff posted, you recorded a special?
I did. I recorded a special in last December.
Okay.
Louis directed it. Ari produced it, and it's going to come out soon. And I'll say I'll give some announcements in like a couple of weeks.
Okay. You recorded it at the Cellar?
At the Cellar, yeah.
Awesome. Are you part of the editing, or does somebody else do that?
No, it was part of the editing.
Yeah. Does that drive you nuts?
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's like awful to watch.
Because it's yourself, not because the show's
It's yourself. Yeah, it's just yourself, and then you start seeing things. You're like, oh, I hate it. I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't do that on stage. You know, just like tics or.
How many shows are you using to make the one? Is it just 1 or 3, 2?
No,
5?
I think it's just 2.
2?
Yeah. We did, so Louis wanted to do a thing where one audience didn't know that I was even taping a special. They didn't know I was going to be headlining it. They just kind of billed it as a regular show, and that was the worst show. It was so bad.
So bad idea.
I don't think it's a bad idea for everyone. I think it's a bad idea for someone like me where, like, my comedy is not for everyone. I think if I was, more maybe like, I don't know. It's just, I don't think I'm for everyone. So if you get a bunch of people in there and it's random, I'm only going to be for a small amount of them.
Sure, I could see that.
And that was like the worst show.
Never again. Never again. Well,
Never
okay.
again.
And that'll be, are you even saying where that's going to be? Is it
Not yet.
available? Okay.
Soon.
Interesting. Okay. Final thing is, I highly recommend people come to the show this
Come
weekend.
to the show.
And you have a plan to end homelessness that we're not going to mention right now, but people can leave with that knowledge.
They can leave with that knowledge. We're going to end homelessness. I'm the only person that's going to be able to do it.
You know, they have, I watched, you watch these debates and people get, do you have an absolute plan to solve blah, blah, blah? Adrienne has a plan.
Nobody has a real plan that's going to do anything.
Right.
Like, that's honestly the truth.
Yeah.
Like, even the debates, you listen to them, you're like, this is dumb. Nobody does anything they say they're going to do. So just, like, who cares?
Right. Except for you with this new plan about homelessness.
I mean, this one plan. I might just start it myself. It's not that hard.
Relocate to Minneapolis temporarily and help us out.
I mean, we got to focus on New York City first, and then I'll make my way across the country.
Next year's tour.
Next year's tour, I'll be helping everyone out.
Thank you. This has been great. Oh my God, I gotta bring up one more thing. So that I love talking about is the okay stupid stuff.
Oh yeah.
The dating thing where you troll people on dating sites, and I always bring up to you how much I love that. And then last night you read some on stage.
I know. I think I'm gonna tape like maybe a little special of them or something. I might do that. So that's what I'm like working out on. I just think, I don't know, they're fun and everyone does love them so much.
Oh, the crowd was eating it up.
I know. It like makes you upset in a way. Where you're like, I've spent so much time honing these jokes and you guys just like this stuff.
It's all good.
No, I know, but it is interesting. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that like sometime next year. Maybe tape like a little half hour of them or something.
Oh my God, do that.
That's what I think I'm gonna do.
Oh.
That's what I've been trying to work on. So
So you've been doing them a lot recently on stage?
yeah, like the last 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
I'll read some of them out, and I think I'm gonna like tape them and maybe put it on YouTube or something.
Yeah. Oh, they're so great. Does that account still exist on Instagram?
It does. I haven't been updating it, but maybe I will because I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're fun.
Oh, it's so good.
And it's only.
I mean, as we
it
talked about
only-
5 minutes ago, guys are pigs.
It only works because guys are so disgusting.
Yeah.
That's if guys had like any morals or like standards, they would just not. But they're so gross.
I agree.
They're so disgusting.
I agree.
Well,
Thank
it's
you.
been great. Thank you for having me.
Let's do it again.
Okay.